About time NDIS providers are being sent to jail for falsely billing, fraudulent providers, and absolutely destroying participants' lives. I'm so happy to see that the Commission is now actively putting people in jail. So, for example, a provider named Paul Kevin Tilby was convicted after fraudulently claiming $400,000 in NDIS payments. He used that money for things like jewellery and meals and alcohol and all the other things that he's absolutely wasted the money on. And he even built himself a private bar in his own home. And the big thing is that many participants never got the supports they were supposed to receive, and the funding, well, was put into his own private dealings. Another case was, this one sort of grinds my gears a lot. I'm going to mispronounce his name, but I don't care. Khawaja Moeen Haroon. He was linked to several NDIS related companies and now being investigated by the Fraud Taskforce. That's NDIS, Australian Federal Police and AUSTRAC working together. Authorities have alleged that some of his businesses charge plans for supports that never been delivered. Are you seeing a theme here between the last example and this example? Supports that never have been delivered. And that participants were placed in unsafe and poorly maintained housing. That's another video I'm going to talk about unsafe and poorly maintained housing. So make sure you follow me for more. So in some cases, these landlords as well of these houses that participants were living in were never, ever paid. And of course, puts the participants at risk where they're at the point of being evicted. So just the big thing about these stories is just because somebody is a provider or registered doesn't mean that they always follow the rules. Fraud, unfortunately, in NDIS is very common, and it's great to see the Commission is starting to capture more and more people. So the big thing for participants, I really want you to be aware of these sort of things. Always, with your providers, ask for detailed invoices showing hours, dates, line items, and everything to do with your supports. Keep housing and support services with separate providers as possible. I know a lot of people, they get comfortable, like they receive support coordination, they receive the community access, might receive positive behaviour support plans. They're all out of the same provider. I highly encourage you, as a participant, get separate companies to support you. That way it reduces the conflict of interest and it reduces this sort of nonsense where one provider can take all your funding. And of course, report anything that doesn't look right to the NDIS Commission or the Fraud Fusion Taskforce, because you want to make sure that these dodgy providers are being caught. Yes, there are a number of providers out there doing the wrong thing, but they are tarnishing the reputation of good providers. There are countless good providers out there that are working tirelessly. Most of the time, they could be doing pro bono work as well. But, unfortunately, because some bad, dodgy eggs out there are damaging the reputation of good providers. So if you need help understanding your plans or spotting provider red flags or anything to do with the NDIS plans, make sure you get in contact with me. My links are in the bio.